The Giants are in town, and Angel Pagan, their leadoff hitter, ranked number 5 in the major leagues with a .377 average. And how about Chris Denorfia? He's been swinging a hot bat of late. Denorfia and the Padres hoping to muster some offense as we open the first of a 3-game weekend series. The Padres hosting the San Francisco Giants. Giants currently tied for first place in the National League West. Going back to last year, Padres and the Giants couldn't have been closer. Each won 76 and lost 86. Padres hoping to put a little damage on those Giants this weekend.
I think this is always a good series, no matter how poorly or how good these two teams are playing. We're going to have an electric crowd tonight, it seems like. Yeah. So, hey, buckle in. It should be a good series.
The last 5 pitching performances, that's the complete rotation. You could argue that the Padres are as good as anyone in the big leagues.
That's a great way to put it, because I was going to say that as well. The last 5 games, the record's at .500, but the ERA, 3.19. The strikeouts, almost a strikeout to innings pitched. You've got the power arms of Andrew Kashner, Tyson Ross. Ian Kennedy just pitched this little hard out yesterday for the Padres, and then handing the ball over, Dick. Those guys are doing a great job as well.
Bullpen is the second best in the major leagues, second to the Giants.
The one thing that sticks out for me, pinpoint control. And it all ends up with Houston Street. We need to see Houston Street out there more pumping his fist. That means there's a save and a victory for the Padres in the books.
The Giants are on an unusual run. Their last 7 games have all been decided by 1 run, low scoring, much like the Padres. And they've got hot hitters and some not so hot.
Well, Bruce Bochy kind of scratches his head, but through the course of history with these players, I think he kind of feels comfortable with the way they're playing right now. Brandon Belt, he made an adjustment in his swing. Angel Pagan leading off. Dick, you mentioned that as we came on the air. But Pablo Sandoval and Hunter Pence, those 2 guys have just been around the block too many times not to turn it around. Hopefully the Padres pitchers can keep them at bay, though.
Look at Brandon Belt turning on that inside pitch. He may be the biggest surprise in that Giants lineup. 5 home runs already in 2 weeks.
Dick, remember last year Brandon Belt started to take off the second half of the season? He made an adjustment in his hands, gripping the bat. He used to really grip that bat on the top hand. He's more loose on the top hand, and he's more free and easy with that swing, hence the results for Brandon Belt.
Well, Ian Kennedy deserved much better yesterday. A no-hitter going into the late innings, and yet finally gives up 4 hits and takes a loss 3-1. He reflects on his pitching performance yesterday against the Colorado Rockies when we return to Petco. First of a 3-game series with the Giants. Right now, let's go down to Kate Osborne. Kate.
Thanks, Dick. Last night, Ian Kennedy pitched 7 innings, 5 hitless. I got a chance to catch up with him as he reflected on his outing against the Rockies.
It's frustrating. Not every time you get to throw the ball and feel like you have all your best stuff, and you come back with the loss and a couple of runs. But yeah, I'm happy to just how I threw, and I gave our team a chance. That's like I always talk about. That's our job, and give 7 solid innings like that, and you just hope your offense comes around. Morales threw well for them today.
And that was your Geico quote of the game. Great pitching matchup tonight as Tyson Ross takes the mound versus Matt Cain. First pitch coming your way right here on Fox Sports San Diego.
And challenge the division is talent rich. So though it's early, you value each win against your rival. After splitting a series with the Rockies, the Padres face another familiar foe in Buster Posey and the Giants. Catch all the weekend excitement, Padres, Giants, next on Fox Sports San Diego. And we're ready for the first game of the series as the Padres take the field on a gray, somewhat cool night here on this April 18th. Lots of Giants fans are here. You can't get tickets up in San Francisco, so why not come to beautiful San Diego and watch your team? Here's the lineup for Bruce Bochy. Pagan off to a torrid start, 377, then Blanco and Belt. Pablo Sandoval, the last game he played here at Petco, he had 3 home runs. That was back last September. Hunter Pence, Hector Sanchez, and that means that Buster Posey not in the lineup tonight. Sanchez behind the plate. Brian Crawford off to an excellent start, hitting 311. Adrianza 4 for 20 in limited play, and then Matt Cain.
And big right-hander Tyson Ross hopefully puts 2 starts together quite nicely after the last start. Staying anchored. We talked about that in our pregame show. Plus, staying on line equals electric stuff. We saw that firsthand last time out. Hopefully it carries over in game 1 against the Gigantes.
Buster Posey, at least for the starting lineup, resting. He's a 259 start this year with 3 home runs and 8 runs batted in.
And Bruce Bochy said before the game he's just getting a day.
Padres defense is brought to you by the Aramco Group. Smith in left, Venable in center. DeNorfia will patrol that right field corner. And Marista with Chase Headley out of the starting lineup for the third straight game, but he is available as a pinch hitter. Alonso over at the other corner. Cabrera and Jerko, the double play combination up the middle. Rene Rivera behind the plate for Tyson Ross. Smith playing at Oakland the last year across the bay from the Giants.
I've got confidence in that kid. Seth Smith, left field tonight. I'm excited for baseball. How about you, Dick?
Hey, anytime the Giants are in town, it's fun. Dodgers and Giants.
We play the Giants tonight. You know what that means?
What's that mean?
Bad news for the Giants.
Oh. Well, a lot of Padre fans hoping you're right, as you usually are. Ready to go. Tyson Ross gets his sign from Rivera. Pagan ready to hit, and we're underway. First pitch is in there for a strike. And the 1 on the fastball to Angel Pagan. Boy, big numbers. 377. That's the 5th best in the majors, 4th best in the National League. Chase Utley has the best batting average. Ground ball foul. Utley of Philadelphia hitting .462.
Well, it goes without saying, this is what we love to see as Gregor Blanco waits on deck. Tyson Ross getting ahead quickly, 0-2. See if he has the wipeout slider tonight.
7 strikeouts in his 7 innings in that win against Detroit on Sunday. Check swing. Did he go? No. We're working with 3 umpires tonight. Hunter Wintelstead behind the plate. Gabe Morales and Mike DeMuro will have to work the 3 bases, collaborate. Shy 1 umpire. Wintelstead calls the balls and strikes.
If he hits it, it's a double.
He hits this one, and he hits it well to deep right center field. DeNorfia chasing, can't get it. Bounces over the fence for a ground rule double. That's a break for the Padres, because with Pagan's speed, look where he is already at third base. So Pagan shows why he's among the elite hitting in the first half month of this season as he drills that double.
First pitch right at the knees, outside corner, strike 1. Second pitch, little 2-seamer away, 0-2. I thought he went on that one. And then the hanging slider. He wanted that one down and in. That one outside part of the plate, and as it broke over the heart of the plate, speeds up the bat of Angel Pagan. You're right, Dick. If that ball caroms up off the fence and gets a big hop and gets some hang time, that could have been trouble.
It would have been at least a triple if it had stayed in play. And with Pagan breaking out of the batter's box at full speed, who knows? Blanco 2 for 16. Ball 1.
On the freeze, that's the release point on the slider. You can see the rotation, and Pagan is all over it. The swing says off speed because he catches it way out in front. You know what? Pagan was really late on the fastball. I'm not going to say it's a bad pitch. It was just a bad pitch location-wise on that slider.
Fly ball shallow and left. Smith, a long run. He gets there in time for the first out. If there's a weakness for the Giants early on, it's hitting with runners in scoring position. At least in the last week, 7 for 47, a 149. They started well, and overall they're still 273, but a week in which they just have not been able to come up with a big hit with a man in scoring position. Here is Brandon Belt. He'll celebrate his 26th birthday here on Sunday. Hitting just a couple of ticks under 300, leading the team with 5 home runs. First pitch strike at 92. Poway's own Bruce Bochy.
Always loves coming back home.
Says this is an even year. They won the World Series in 2010 and in 2012.
Boy, how 8 seasons have gone by so quickly. And Bud Black here in San Diego, right?
That's right. They exchanged places. Foul back. 9 seasons as a major league catcher. As a Padres manager, 951 wins. And as a Giants manager, bringing the World Series championship, 2 of them, to the Bay. Two strikes on Bell. Pagan with a leadoff double. 1 out. That's in there. Strike 3. Little taste of an inside fastball.
Hey, a great pitch to a hitter who's swinging the bat extremely well. Watch Brandon Belt. The two-seamer, he gives up on it, makes him straighten up a little bit. And the called strike, that's a nice two-seamer, starts in off the plate, hits the inside corner for the called strike 3. That's a big pitch from Tyson Ross.
He strikes out more than any Giant. That's his 19th time he's fanned. Here's Pablo, off to a snail-like start at 175. Looking for the panda numbers that the Giant fans appreciate more. Lifts it into shallow center. Out goes Cabrera calling. And nice pitching by Ross. He works around Pagan's leadoff double. Here come the Padres in the first. Cabrera, Denorfia, and Smith. Off double, and here's the Padres and the lineup for Bud Black tonight. Everett Cabrera leads it off. Chris Denorfia is second. Seth Smith hits third. The lineup's brought to you by Toyota. Jed Jerko in the cleanup spot. Will Venable will bat fifth. Yonder Alonso back in the lineup, not at third base but first base. Alonso getting an inning at third. Alexi Amarista for Chase Headley at third base. Rene Rivers behind the plate batting eighth, and then Tyson Ross.
And the scouting report for veteran right-hander Matt Cain. Hey, the velocity and movement are good, but somehow Matt Cain is missing over the plate. He's throwing fewer fastballs to go along with that repertoire of the curveball, changeup. Once in a while mixing a little bit of a slider. So hopefully the Padres get an early lead off of Matt Cain.
How do you figure the fact that, as you look at Tim Lincecum, who will pitch on the Sunday game, how do you figure the right-hander Cain, right-handed hitting, 308 against him this year, and left-handers batting only 179.
Well, I think that being wild in the zone a little bit and not pitching effectively away so he can pitch inside. Maybe some of his pitches just aren't getting in that certain zone he wants to. Therefore, the righty's feeling much more comfortable against Matt Cain.
Cabrera, the leading Padre hitter on the season, 328. And looking for a hit to extend his streak to 10 consecutive games with a base hit. Cain is 6'3" and 230, just 29 years of age. Came up as a youngster, 3 times an All-Star. He's won 93 games. one of those pitchers that just doesn't get a lot of run support. Every staff seems to have one. Well, Matt Cain's the one denied for the Giants. In fact, if he gets 3 run support, just 3, his record is 80-10.
Yeah.
But he doesn't get 3 every start, and therefore his record isn't as impressive as it should be. Got to look at the ERA. That'll tell you the story. High fly ball to center. Pagan camped out there, now has to give ground for the first down. A look at tonight's Giants defense brought to you by Honda. Blanco is in left field, Pagan in center. Hunter Pence in right, already with 3 assists. Sandoval, Crawford, Adrianza, and Belt on the infield around the horn. Sanchez behind the plate and Cain on the hill.
Well, one thing about Matt Cain, Dick, is that he will be aggressive towards these hitters. He's not going to be one of these pitchers that's just going to nitpick around the corners. If he's ahead, he might try to expand the strike zone. But that's been his MO, going right after hitters.
There's that two-seamer.
Yep.
This is outside to Denorfia. Second best Padre average at .295. Change up, and it's 2-0 to Dino.
He's going to mix up those pitches. Generally speaking, a lot of pitchers will probably throw about 70-75% fastballs. Looks like a fastball away here from Sanchez. See how he missed on that one?
Slices into the right field corner. Pence may have a play as he goes to the wall. No, it sails out of play. Enough slice on that as Denorfia is still alive.
Dick, remember earlier how I mentioned he's been wild in the zone? Look at the glove of Sanchez. He wants it down and away. Now, this is where a pitcher gets hurt when you're wild in the zone. A guy might be wild bouncing a pitch way out of the strike zone. Hitters just spit on it. To me, that's an elevated fastball supposed to be down and away. That's being wild in the zone. And that's why guys get hit around.
Inside target.
Oh, hey now. Slipped.
And the ball skidded into the glove of Sanchez. 3-1 the count.
That's a good way to pull a hammy or something.
Yeah, very awkward on that delivery.
Yeah.
Didn't look like he slipped so much as he just kind of.
It looked like his front side.
On the corner, 3-2.
And he answers back with a called strike. Very odd.
On this Friday night, fans still coming aboard here at Petco Park. Excellent turnout. Line to right center field. That's a base hit. Will he get up the alley? Pence is over to try to cover it. He can't get there. Neither can Pagan. Denorfia is going to try for 3. Here comes the relay, and it's missed on the relay. And Denorfia, a swan dive into third with a triple. I'm not sure a perfect relay would have gotten him anyway, but they missed the cutoff man, and Denorfia has a 1-out triple.
Well, one of the most exciting plays in baseball is the triple, and once again, Cain up in the zone, and Denorfia does a great job of inside-outing this. The race is on. The play's right in front of him. No need to look at the third base coach. He's going to go. He's going to dive, creating some excitement. Pagan, let's check out the cutoff. It's a short hop. Crawford can't get it either. They got the double cutoff working in the right center field alley. Nice swing by Chris Denorfia.
So the Giants got a leadoff double, couldn't bring Pagan around. Here's the Padres with a chance to take the early lead. 1-out triple and Seth Smith. Couple of home runs and 5 runs batted in. Infield back. Ground ball up the middle will produce a run. And that one won't get the job done. 3-1 to put out. Denorfia holding a third. The Padres, runners in scoring position, are hitting under 200. Jed Jerko then with 2 outs will try to drive in that first run. We talk about it often, and the Giants are a good example of a team scoring first tough to beat. They're 7-1 when they score first this year. And another surprising stat, the opener of their 5 series. They won all 5 of those games. Season openers of a series, 5-0. Jerko going to bunt. Try to catch that infield by surprise.
Wow.
You don't see your cleanup hitter trying to bunt.
Caught me off guard. Hey, the keys to the game. Brought to you by your Honda dealers of San Diego County. Hey, raise some cane. Remember that phrase?
Yeah.
Kids are out in the backyard raising some cane. Cause a ruckus. Magic number 3. Hopefully the Padres can score 3 runs or more. They play errorless baseball. Do not throw the ball around. Do not give the Giants extra outs to work with.
A ball and a strike to Jerko. Outside. And of course tomorrow night, baseball night in San Diego, Saturday nights. It'll be the Jed Jerko giveaway, his jersey, pet bandana too, and you'll see Eric Stoltz against Tim Hudson. Put a little added value on that number 9.
Yeah.
Get a base hit right here. Outfield playing Jerko almost straight up. Inside. That's a breaking ball that just didn't break enough.
Well, this is what you like to see. Hitters count for Jed Jerko, 3-1. And let's see if Kane goes to the fastball down and away, the comfort zone for a pitcher when he's usually behind in the count.
Way outside, all the way to the screen. Here comes Denorfia. He'll score. And the Padres, for the 3rd time in this homestand, score on a wild pitch or pass ball.
Wow. Well, the key is for the Padres. One of the other keys is getting a guy on third base and taking your chances of a wild pitch or a pass ball. Denorfia scores easily. It was a changeup. Oh, that looked like a very catchable ball for Sanchez.
The official score has ruled it a wild pitch, but he might change after looking at the replay. Nevertheless, as Buster Posey, normally behind the plate, watches that run come home, and Jerko aboard on a walk. Will Venable, the hitter. Right center field. Pagan racing and runs it down. But the Padres triple from Denorfia and a wild pitch. And San Diego has the early lead. changed his ruling. It's a fastball, so that makes it an unearned run. Nevertheless, 1-0, and it's time now for you to tweet your photo using hashtag SDFanPhoto. A chance to have it shown on one of our telecasts, brought to you by AT&T. Top of the second, Tyson Ross against Hunter Pence. Swing and a miss. Wild swinging, unorthodox style of Hunter Pence, but he gets the job done. A slow start, 206 is average. But had a good series against the Dodgers as the Giants took 2 of 3. And that moved them into a tie for first in the West as the Giants and Dodgers are at 10-6, 10 wins, 6 losses coming into tonight's weekend.
Oh, did I hear a grunt all the way up here from the field mics on Hunter Pence? Wow. We talk about max effort pitchers. That's a max effort hitter.
And with 2 strikes on him, going all out. One of the big guys that chokes up on the bat on every pitch. Ground ball sharply at Amarista. Long throw across in time for the out.
That's a changeup out of the hands. You can tell by the grip there, the circle change. Hunter Pence hits it well. He was out in front of it. The off-speed pitch, pulling it, and Alexi doing a nice job of gloving that one for the 5-3 play.
Brings up catcher Hector Sanchez, switch hitter. 3 for 15 from the left side. All 3 RBIs left-handed.
You know, this guy could be a regular everyday catcher for another club. He's that good. Good catching guy, good receiving guy, good throwing guy. And with more reps at the plate, I think his average would creep up there. Switch hitting catcher. It's always nice to have on your roster, huh?
And Yasmani Grandal featuring that talent himself for the Padres.
Came into camp this year in the best shape in his career, Hector Sanchez.
Swing and a miss, 1-2.
That's a good changeup.
Sanchez, one of the many players on the Giants roster from Venezuela. He's just 24. Bulky, 6 feet 234, but he's lost about 15 pounds from last year's weight.
Changeup wants it down. There you go.
Fouled into the glove of Rivera. Strike 3. Second strikeout for Tyson Ross.
Boy, way to hang on, Rene Rivera. I thought that ball had a chance to be picked off the ground, and then Sanchez would have another shot at it. Oh, you know what? They got away with one. That was a foul ball. He tipped it, hit the ground, caught it. That's a foul ball. Padres got a call there.
If indeed he tipped it.
I thought he did tip it because I think the
heard
umpire
the sound. I thought I
indicated. Let's take a look.
No,
foul tip, ground glove. That's a foul ball.
Yep.
We got a break right there.
First pitch is a strike to Brandon Crawford. Shortstop who played his college ball up at UCLA is off to a nice start at 3-11. Solid as always in the field. If he gets his glove on it, you're out. Swing and a miss. Tied him up. Slider in on his hands.
I'm going to start calling that pitch the piranha. It's biting like a piranha.
Eat you up.
Oh, yeah. Did you ever see what happens when you just throw a hunk of meat into the river with the piranhas in the Nile?
It's scary.
No chance.
Yeah, I noticed you know, when you came back from the Amazon, you noticed it. They're hungry, those fellas.
I outswam them. I got from one side to the other. That's some good eating right there. They get a hold of me.
Tastes like chicken.
Oh, feed them for a year.
Ground ball right side. Jerko to close the hole and throw him out. A 1-2-3 inning for Tyson Ross. Coming up yonder, Alonso, the first baseman for the Padres, with Amarista and Rivera to follow. 1-0 San Diego. It's our Coors Banquet timeless moment. 1981, the Pawtucket Red Sox and the Rochester Red Wings in the International League. Longest game ever in professional baseball. 33 innings. Red Sox won 3-2. Red Sox had Wade Boggs in the minors then. Cal Ripken Jr. was on the losing side. They went 32 innings on April 18th to 4:09 in the morning. And then they had to wait till June 23rd to finish the game. Took 18 minutes to play the 33rd inning. And a 3-2 win. Boy, that's a lot of innings to score 5 runs is all.
Only in baseball, huh? You know, Bruce Hurst, when he signed with the Padres as a free agent in 1988, that story came up on the bench one night because he actually pitched in that game. He pitched 5 innings in that game. He was a Paw Sox.
Alonso fouls it away, 1-1.
So we got into the subject talking about the game because it ended. They suspended the game at 4:30 in the morning or something. He told me one of his buddies went back to his apartment. His wife was up there with their arms crossed and tapping the foot. You've been out all night. What's going on? You know, honey, no, we just played 30. No, I'm not buying it.
Morning paper had already been delivered.
That's right.
Out of play. That's like that State Farm commercial. What are you wearing? Yonder Alonso. Padres eager for him to get that bat going. Hitting just .211 at the start. No RBIs. 3 RBIs, no home runs. In fact, he's had a long home run drought. Not that he is a home run hitter. But the last time Alonso circled the bases on a home run was May 19th last year. 239 at bats ago. Due? Overdue. Goes after the breaking pitch.
That's a good curveball for Matt Cain there. That one had some good tilt to it. Look at out of the hand. You see the rotation, the 12-6 rotation, and off the table. Alonso swinging over the top of it for the strikeout.
First strikeout for Cain. Here's Alexi Amarista. 8 for 29 thus far. Inside corner, 92 miles an hour.
You know, I mentioned the 4 pitches for Matt Cain: the fastball, the changeup, the slider, and the curve. Probably the curve he'll throw the fewest times.
Broken bat roller to second. Adrianza over to Belt for the second out. Tonight's broadcast on AFN. We're pleased to be able to send our report of this game between the Giants and Padres on American Forces Network, broadcasting to U.S. Armed Forces serving in 175 countries and aboard ships at sea around the world, watching in Germany, Italy, Korea, Japan, Southwest Asia, and elsewhere. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen of the military. We're pleased to be able to send you a piece of Americana tonight.
And thank you so much from all of us here in San Diego and back in the States for your service.
Rene Rivera, the Padre catcher, 2 for 16 with the bat. Continuing to receive high praise for his defensive skills.
Uh-oh. What is the Phoenix Suns gorilla doing here? Is he now a Padre fan?
Could be. He's out by the Giant bullpen. Good cut. Fastball by him. Now the Padres trying to get back in the winning road here. 4-3 on the homestand. All 4 of those Colorado games, 1 or 2 run decisions. Splitting the 2-game series. That's the big new high definition screen, part of the hitter's backdrop, only on the backside at Park at the Park, so fans have a chance to follow the action on television or come on down to those seats and peek in from right center field. 2-2.
You know, it was a nice article in the UT this morning written by Kevin Acee on Rene Rivera, right? You're talking about all his rave reviews and what he's done behind the plate up until this point.
In the dirt again. Bouncing that slider early on, so you almost have to be looking fastball here. Up the middle and into center field for a base hit. Rivera with his third hit of the season, 2-out single, and that rolls that lineup around and gets the pitcher out of the way. And hey, Tyson Ross actually had an RBI single in the win against Detroit Sunday.
Once again, Matt Cain missing up in the zone, wild in the zone, enabling Rivera to get up on top of it, send it right back where it came from for the 2-out knock. Full count, got the fastball, and made Matt Cain pay.
So Tyson Ross. Chopper to second. Nice hop there for Adrianza. And that's the inning. Padres leave 1. We've completed 2 at Petco Park in San Diego, and the Padres lead it 1-0. First, you hungry? Let's go out to Kate Osborne.
Yeah, thanks, Dick. We are down here at Park at the Park with Kevin Sheehan of Phil's Barbecue, and he's holding some incredible food. But first, why the second location here at Petco Park?
Well, we wanted to give the fans another opportunity to try our award-winning barbecue. We had great success last year and wanted to partner up with the Padres and, give them another option to try more things on our menu.
Now, you have great menu options, but what is the fan favorite?
This is by far the fan favorite. This is Phil's El Toro sandwich, which is a deli sliced tri-tip with Phil's award-winning sauce, and then accompanied by the macaroni salad and coleslaw. This was actually the USA Today Stadium Food King best ballpark food in America last year.
It looks absolutely incredible. Dick and Mark, I think I saw Sweetie and Pomerantz grabbing some food. You want some?
Oh, man, you can tell they've been eating it. They've got that sauce on their forehead, their chins. I mean, does that look good? Huh?
You know what? A word to the wise.
Pulled. Oh, a great stop at first base by Alonso. He took a double away from A-Ray Adrianza. Well done by Alonso.
Well, that's what would happen to me if you try to slide that sandwich by me. No chance getting by me. Glove it, put it away. You put that sandwich in front of me, everyone around me better be wearing a hazmat suit.
Hey.
Because stuff's going to be flying all over the place.
No, it'd all be in the glove, and then you'd eat the glove. You know, doesn't that look good?
Ain't that some kind of nice? Coleslaw, macaroni, cheese.
Probably up to 200 calories there. Get your calorie intake. That's important too at the ball yard. Matt Cain, a hit in 5 trips this year. Takes a strike.
Yeah, make short work of Matt Cain right here, right? Put him away quickly to get 2 quick outs.
Got him. 3 pitches, 3 strikeouts for Ross. And time now as Angel Pagan steps up to check out the Southwest Airlines spray chart on Pagan.
This season, hits by direction for Angel. Hey, he likes to go to right field, the switch hitter. So I would have to say, Dick, majority of his at-bats this year from the left side, right? Correct, I should say.
Double to right center to start the game.
36 at-bats going into this game from the left side, 25 from the right side. So 11 fewer from the right side.
Overall average 377, but as a lefty 417. Well, big news tonight always comes from New York, right? Not with the Mets, but the team playing the Mets, the Atlanta Braves, and an old friend. Aaron Harang, now with the Atlanta Braves, a 7-inning no-hit performance, but he was over 120 pitches. They yanked him in the 8th inning, and Luis Avalon gave up a hit to David Wright. It wound up a one-hitter, a combined one-hitter. But how about Aaron Harang, Patrick Henry High School,
yes,
San Diego State? Good on him.
Absolutely. Great guy, Aaron Harang. A lot of fun when he was here in a Padre uniform. He could pitch.
35 years young. 2-1 on Pagan. And he's got another hit. Hitting machine. Both base hits for the Giants tonight from Pagan. Double and a single.
Well, it's another changeup out of the hand of Tyson Ross. And I think I remember the leadoff double was a changeup as well.
You're right.
And remember, the fastballs that were fouled off from Pagan, he was laid on him over the Giants' dugout. So once again, it's not a bad pitch. It was the location of that pitch.
Gregor Blanco flied to left his first at bat.
You know, that's one thing I've come to grips with, I think, and I'll stick by saying, as we take a look at the pitch selection, fastball, slider, change, majority fastballs. It's not so much the pitch, it's the location of the pitch. Just because the guy's a slider, speed bat, you know, he likes to hit the slider, doesn't mean you can't throw him a slider. If you get him ahead, you can bounce one, right? If he's a good fastball hitter, doesn't mean you can't throw him a fastball in a good location.
It's real estate. Location, location, location. Pagan, good base runner. Has a couple of stolen bases here on the season. Threat to go with 2 outs. There he goes. Throw is off mark by Rivera. Pagan had it stolen easily. Number 3.
But Rene Rivera, the catcher for the Padres, had to reach across his body, catch that one, and then try to make a decent throw. But like you said, Dick, he got a pretty good jump. Let's take a look. Big leg kick from Tyson Ross. And the throw to the shortstop side of second base. Watch where he has to reach across. Tries to get rid of it quickly. I'm just glad that ball didn't go into center field.
So tying run at second with 2 outs. There's the slider. 2-0. Brandon Belt on deck.
Okay, 3 umpire crew tonight, right? 1, 2, 3. Well, on the check swing on the appeal, they're going to have to ask this gentleman right here with the left-handed hitter up, right? does he get the same angle looking in as opposed to being down from here on the check swing? Could come into play. You never know. Stay tuned. ...
Excellent point. Swing and a miss. Pablo Sandoval waiting his turn. He's in the hole. Ground ball. Alonso gobbles that one up, takes it to the bag for the out. And the Padres strand Pagan at second again. On Fox Sports 1 is back. Doubleheader, Mike Trout and the Angels against the reigning AL MVP Miguel Cabrera and the Tigers. Diamondbacks and Dodgers as well. You'll see Yasiel Puig. He always has something a little different, if not spectacular. The action all starts at 9:30 a.m. here Pacific time on Fox Sports 1 and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. Top of the order for the Padres in the bottom of the third: Cabrera, Denorfia, and Smith. Boom. Up under the armpits of Everett Cabrera, who fly to center field the first time. That misses. 2-0.
That goes to show you that sequence there. Fastball up and in for a ball, and then he throws a curveball for a ball. Matt Cain throwing fewer fastballs, right? About 50% of the time he throws the fastball.
Fouled back. That was a fastball at 90.
He's a horse. He goes right after the hitters.
And he's been immortalized of sorts by the San Francisco mayor because of the perfect game that he pitched 2 years ago.
How about that?
To left field, but shading toward the line is Blanco to make the catch. Yeah, Cain pitched his perfect game against Houston on June 13th, and the mayor said from now on every June 13th in the future will be Matt Cain Day. How about that?
You gotta love that.
Denorfia scored the Padre run, tripled to right center field, and came in on a pass ball by Blanco. First inning. 347 career average against the Giants. as he steps into the batter's box after that triple. He's hitting .311 at the moment. Over the top. And a changeup. 2 strikes to Norfia. Pulled to the left side by Sandoval. Throw by Crawford. Not in time. Infield hit to Norfia. Norfia is 2 for 2. Third hit off Kane.
Curveball again. It's right over the heart of the plate. Boy, Chris does a nice job of staying back on that one. Kept it out in front just a little bit, but kept his hands back. Now Brandon Crawford has got to come up with some type of Ozzie Smith-like play. Chris Norfia is always going to give you 100% going down the line. He beats it out for the infield safety.
Brings up Seth Smith, who grounded to first in the first. Two outs here in the last of the third. The Padres trying to add to their 1-0 lead. Norfia has 3 steals in these first couple of weeks.
Well, the changeup from King. Talk about the running game with Sanchez behind the plate tonight. He's only thrown out 25%. The major league average, like anywhere from 31 maybe to 33%. 4 stolen bases, 1 caught stealing for the Giant backstop. He wants the fastball up here.
Sales out of play. Well, tomorrow night, Eric Stoltz and Tim Hudson. That's a good pickup by the Giants. The veteran Hudson is 2-0 with a 2.35 ERA.
There's the man they call Hud. Huddo. He's had a nice career. Bouncing back from a severe ankle injury.
Three starts for the Giants. He hasn't walked a man. Swing and a miss. And Smith goes down. Off-speed pitch. Curveball. That's the second strikeout for Matt Cain. Giants history, most consecutive seasons, 150 strikeouts or more. That's pretty select company. Matt Cain with Gaylord, Perry, Juan Marichal. That's our Sequana the casino vacation stat of the game.
How many of those strikeouts did Gaylord Perry have a little help with?
Well, it rained a lot when he was pitching.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Got a lot of
moisture. Yeah,
moisture. Jerko walked the first time. He was at the plate on the pass ball with Denorfia third. Hits this one high in the air, just missed it. Pagan waiting for it to come down for the final out. We've completed 3 at Petco Park, and the Padres have a 1-0 lead.
Talk about the changeup. On the left, the grip. On the right, tonight, if it's in a good location, the strikeout. If he elevates that pitch, look at Pagan. 2 times this evening, Pagan has got an elevated changeup and been aboard. Double to lead off the game, single in the third. It's all about the location on the off-speed changeup for Tyson Ross.
Those are the 2 hits. Through the mound, Belt, and the throw is high, and an infield hit for Brandon Belt. It appeared that Ross deflected it, or it hit the pitching rubber, and Cabrera had to range on the second base side of the bag to try to make the play.
And Tyson Ross gets all twisted up on this ball up the middle. One hopper, tried to reach for it, and his leg gets caught. Now Cabrera's got to get rid of it, airmails it a little bit. Tried to get a glove. Oh, that left leg seems to be okay, and that's a good sign for Tyson Ross.
Here's Pablo Sandoval. He popped a short his first time. Sandoval, as you see him work on that batting glove, has a superstition that involves his batting gloves. Before the season, he buys 40 pairs of them. And whenever he goes hitless, he throws the pair away. Starts with a new pair.
Well, the hot zone for Pablo Sandoval last season, middle of the plate and down. And even in 333, he likes to turn on that pitch, away. The thing is, he never met a pitch. He's the Will Rogers of hitters.
Yep.
He's never seen a pitch he didn't like.
Get him out, though, up high. Soft fly ball to left, and Smith coasts in under it for the first down.
Well, Mark Sweeney joins us down by the Padre dugout. And Mark, I want to go back to the changeup to Tyson Ross. He threw a couple of good ones down in the zone, very effective. But as a hitter, talk about the changeup that's down as opposed to the elevated changeup from a hitter's perspective.
Yeah, elevated just gets flat, and I think it's easier to adjust when it's elevated. You can keep your hands back and actually just flick your wrists, and it's a lot easier to adjust to, I think. But you can see Tyson Ross tonight when he's throwing it very well. He has that arm speed, that same location of the release point from the fastball standpoint. But then also, when you're down, it's very hard. It looks like it's faster than it really is.
That may be his fastest pitch of the night, 95 on the fastball. Pence hit the ball hard, but right at Amaristo threw him out in the second inning. There's that wicked slider.
Yeah, and here's the elevated slider. There's the grip. It's got to get that pitch down. That's the changeup there out in front, in between the knees and the belt buckle.
There goes the runner. Outside, Rivera's throw, not in time. Jerko keeping the tag on Pence, hoping he might, or rather on Belt, hoping he might overslide. But another steal. And that's one weakness in Tyson Ross. He does not hold runners well.
I think Bud Black may have waited. He got some reaction from his middle infielders, Jed Jerko, here for a possible challenge. He comes off the bag, I think. And that's why Jed Jerko does a good job of holding the glove on him, Dick.
Right.
And Bud Black is out there. Let's take a closer look. Does he overslide?
I'm not sure. That hand got on the bag about the time that the bottom side and leg left. I wouldn't challenge that. That's Mike DeMuro making the call. Now he goes over to third with a 3-man umpiring crew. Gabe Morales normally at first base. Now he has to make the call at first base from almost at second base. He's right behind the mound.
Hey, these guys are used to that. They came up through the minor leagues,
yeah.
right? Usually 3-man crews in the minor leagues. Even lower A ball, it's a 2-man crew.
So 1 and 2 on Pence. Tying run at second. 1 out here in the fourth. What kind of athlete Pence has been his entire life. As a kid in Texas, he was the state power tumbling champion.
Doesn't surprise me.
I mean, that's doing all those flips and turns and aerials on the mat. Might be a playoff first, although it's slicing toward the crowd and actually off the roof of the Padre dugout. Well, and Tim Lincecum's no-hitter last summer here at Petco. Here's the catch that saved it. Little acrobatics there. Right off the grass. That was the big defensive play as Lincecum went on to pitch his no-hitter. First one ever here at Petco Park. Amarista Rob. Ross back, ready for the 2-2 delivery on Hunter Pence.
He'll go after that slider down and away.
Got him. That's exactly right. Rivera makes sure that the runners at second belt didn't make any move before he threw to first to record the out. 4 strikeouts for Ross.
Seen that so many times, but with Tyson Ross's slider, and Mark Sweeney has said this many times, it's got such great rotation, great depth, that out of the hand it looks like a fastball. You've got 2 strikes on you. It looks like it's going to be the outside part of the plate. You commit, and before you know it, if you're keeping score, you're marking a K for the strikeout to Hunter Pence.
Hector Sanchez, the switch hitting catcher, he struck out swinging the first time. So far, the Giants 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position. Tyson Ross trying to make it 0 for 7 here to get Sanchez out of the way with a tying run in scoring position.
Missed with the changeup. Up and away. Thank goodness that's way up and away because you can't get hurt way out there.
Belt an infield hit and his first steal of the season. Rivera calling time. Those first 2 pitches outside.
See what Rivera did there? As soon as he caught that ball, he kind of pointed towards his front side, kind of tapped in his front side, I mean the front shoulder. Maybe he wants Tyson Ross mechanically keep that front side tucked in there. That's one of the beauties about having Rene Rivera back there. Pitching coach, counselor, cheerleader, parent, lighting a fire under you when you really need it, right? All that comes into play when you're a catcher to try to help out your starting pitcher or your reliever out of the bullpen.
Now the 2-0 delivery. That caught the outside corner.
Hey, the biggest compliment you can give your catcher or your pitching coach after a visit is firing a strike.
Exactly right.
And that's exactly what happened right there.
That's the pitcher's thank you.
Maybe a fastball away here again. Nope, slider.
Foul back. Crowd continued to come in right to this point, 3rd inning. Petco Park almost full. Maybe 0 for 30,000, that's for sure. 2-2 with 2 outs. Belt at second. Jammed him there. Another big crowd expected tomorrow night. Remember, that's a 5:30 start, 5 o'clock here on Fox Sports San Diego. Baseball night in San Diego Saturday nights. They give away with a Jerko jersey. I'm looking forward to my pet bandana.
Yeah.
Take that on the road. Milwaukee and Washington, San Francisco on the trip. Strike 3 called. He got him on a high fastball. And Ross once again comes up with the right stuff with a man in scoring position. We're at the middle of the 4th inning, and Ross and the Padres lead it 1-0. Park Fox Sports San Diego presents Padres Baseball. Brought to you by GMC. See why incredible thinking is everywhere. Visit your local GMC dealer today. By Petco, where the healthy pets go. By Mercury Insurance. Mercury Insurance is giving away Padres tickets. Learn more at mercuryinsurance.com/Padres. And by Southwest Airlines. Find Southwest Airlines fares online only at southwest.com. Yeah, some kids and family out in the park at the park. And that'll be packed, you can bet, tomorrow night and Sunday for the final games of this homestand. Will Venable leads off the Padre 4th inning, takes a strike. Fouled by Venable, who flied out to right center field his first time.
Well, it seems like the Padre hitters, Mark Sweeney, have gotten some fastballs up in the zone to try to capitalize on. They need some big hits here.
Yeah, they have to stay on top of that fastball. As you can see, Will Venable battling there, but you're seeing some breaking balls. Matt Cain understands, too. He's going to change up the way he pitched him the first time around and try to change that the second time around. Give him a different look.
Yeah, big shift right there on the right side of that infield.
Venable hasn't seen that kind of shift very often. Really playing him as a dead pull hitter.
Dead pull hitter, Babe Ruth.
Speaking of Ruth, on this date in 1923, Yankee Stadium opened, and guess who homered in that first game? Babe Ruth, a 3-run homer in a 4-1 win against the Red Sox. Mark Sweeney, we mentioned the odd statistic that Matt Cain has better luck against left-handed hitters than righty against righty. 308 right-handed hitters, and all 3 Padre hits tonight from right-handed batters.
Yeah, that's strange, and it's probably that fastball that's away to the right-handed hitters. But you can see probably a lot of people stack the lineups, especially these managers out here that want to play the percentages, stack the lineups with lefties. That's not true against Matt Cain. That's the reason why you went with Chris Denorfia tonight. I know that. I like that.
There you go.
Good move.
Hey, Chris has met my pal 3 straight games. I've never picked the same player 3 straight games, but Denorfia is producing. Ooh, up and in. Interesting note away from the players on the umpires tonight. Not just that it's a 3-man crew, but 2 of the 3 are sons of former major league umpires. Wendelstedt, the home plate umpire, his dad was an umpire, and Mike DeMuro over there at third, his dad Lou. Foul tip into the glove of Sanchez. Strike 3. Third strikeout for Cain.
There's the changeup for Matt Cain. Great location. We've mentioned it a couple times tonight. Location starts maybe outer third of the plate, tipped by Venable and hung onto by Sanchez for the strikeout. That's where you want to be, especially when you've got a guy in the hole with 2 strikes, down and away where you can't get hurt off the plate.
Alonso struck out the first time. Ground ball to second, a couple of convenient hops to Adrianza. 2 away. Alexi Amarista is the hitter. He grounded to second his first time.
One of the toughest pitches to hit, Mark Sweeney. Probably is a darn good changeup, isn't it?
Yeah, and I always reference it by Trevor Hoffman. He was the epitome of fastball changeup combination that was devastating. The reason for that, you get release point, but you also have arm speed, and that's the big difference. Some pitchers will drop that arm angle on their off-speed pitches, and that's a benefit to the hitters.
You know, early in my career, I remember coming up for the first time with the Giants. Mario Soto, one of the best changeups ever from a starting pitcher with the Cincinnati Reds back in the day.
2-1 now to Amarista.
Dick, who was one of the, remember a guy that had a good changeup back in the day with the halos?
Ooh, trying to think.
93-74 for Matt Cain.
Nolan Ryan didn't throw many changeups.
No.
Fastball, curveball.
His changeup didn't come till later in his career.
His changeup is when he eased up on the fastball and threw it only about 93.
Exactly.
Tanana, after he hurt his arm, then went to the soft stuff and was very effective. 2-2. Amarista. On the corner, strike 3 called. A couple of strikeouts for Cain in the 1-2-3 4th inning. On to the 5th, 1-0. Padres. We want you to know all about. So let's go out to Kate Osborne out there in the park at the park. Kate.
Thanks, Dick. A brand new episode of Padres POV is on tonight after Padres Live. You're not going to want to miss it because we go on an exclusive shopping trip with Jed Jerko and his wife Carly as they prepare to be parents for the first time. Also, the man who caught the first home run in Petco Park's history, hit by a Padre, meets the Padre himself, Mark Loretta. All that and so much more tonight on Padres POV, right after Padres Live on Fox Sports San Diego.
Yeah, you don't want to miss that, folks. Kate Osborne doing a great job with that show, Kate. Here we go, top of the 5th inning. Each team with 3 hits. Ross has struck out 5. Matt Cain has fanned 4.
You know, Tyson Ross, guys, Mark Sweeney and Mr. Enberg, tremendous movement on the two-seam fastball. And, you know, it's amazing. And I talk about it all the time when a pitch is down to the zone, it has more action. But Tyson Ross tonight, even if that pitch is elevated, he's got some serious movement on that two-seam fastball.
Well, the pitch that he struck out Sanchez with looked like it was inside all the way and dived over the plate. 1-2 now to Brandon Crawford. He grounded to second, his only at bat.
You know, Mark, when you look at scouting reports for Tyson Ross and they watch the video coming into this series, they're going to see a lot of these Giants hitters looking for that slider. Even though you got 2 strikes, it looks like they're trying to stay off that because he's put him away so many times. He's gone to that two-seamer. It looks very comfortable tonight with that two-seamer, especially the left-handers.
Yes, he does. Might see it right here. Nope, that was a slider. But look at the Fox tracks brought to you by Southland Technology. You can see he's staying out of the middle of the plate, really working. Look at that. Here, up here, down at the knees there. Staying out of the heart of the plate.
Doing the paint job on Brandon Crawford.
Nice.
Low there. Although that looked good on Fox track. That's completely in the strike zone.
Yep.
How did Wendell Stadman miss that one? And now a full count. That's part of Ross's game against the Tigers. He had walked only one, and he hasn't walked anyone tonight. Struck him out. Again, right on the corner at the shoulders. 6 strikeouts, 3 in a row for Ross.
Well, that strikeout was a backdoor elevated slider, but we want to talk about the two-seam fastball out of the hand of Tyson Ross. 2 occasions tonight. There is the grip on the left. It's two-seam fastball. Brandon Belt on the right. Look at it. It looks like it starts at the belt, ends up at the knees, straightens him up for the strikeout. And then let's go to Hector Sanchez. Looks like it's going to hit him right in the shoulder, and look at the movement. It straightens up the backstop. Called strike. Mark Sweeney, that's awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome, and you can see the adjustments moving forward for Tyson Ross, why you can start to fall in love with him, because the stuff is definitely there. 3-pitch mix, but it looks like the Giants hitters are looking for that slider, and they get the two-seamer, the left-handers.
1-1 now to Adrianza. Yonder Alonso made a diving stop into the hole to deny Adrianza a base hit the first time up.
And look at the ratio, Dick.
Late call, Wendelstedt. He's giving that inside corner to both pitches.
Now 42 strikes, 19 balls. He's got a good rhythm going. He got a good cadence out on that mound tonight. Working well with Rene Rivera.
Strikes out another. That's 4 in a row. He struck out Pence and Sanchez to close out the 4th and gets Crawford and Adrianza to open the 5th.
The Piranha is biting tonight. Down and in. Great location on that slider. Count them. 7. 7 ponchados. It's exactly, look at it, swinging right over the top of it towards that back foot of the hitter.
Matt Cain struck out his first time, but he pops this one up high on the right side to Jerko on the infield dirt. 1-2-3 inning for Tyson Ross. 7 strikeouts, no walks. the Southwest Airlines Military Spotlight. Oh, there's a great shot. Boy, that officer's uniform, the whites and navy, aren't they?
Absolutely.
Really handsome, aren't they? Handsome young sailor there as well. Seaman. Family in the dugout. Don't forget Military Sunday, this Sunday and every Sunday when the Padres are home. It'll be Robbie Erlin against Tim Lincecum this coming Sunday. Two-time Cy Young winner Lincecum, who's off to a slow start, a 7.20 ERA, but you never know what he can produce, including that no-hitter a year ago here. Hudson and Stoltz tomorrow. Rene Rivera has one of the 3 hits, a single to center field on a 3-2 pitch, his first time up.
I'd like to see Rene Rivera have a good night in the big leagues. The Padres backstop. Get a little extra base hit power right here. Have Tyson Ross bunt him over to third base.
There's that breaking ball. Man. Plenty of snap. Same pitch, but he hung it.
Yeah, that was the hanger there. Good swing from Rivera. I think he wants that one back.
You know, Mark and Dick, with Matt Cain, the way he works, he settles in. As you can see, this breaking ball coming in. He set that up with that first pitch fastball. Then he starts quickening his pace in between pitches. Got to be careful of that. Get out of the box if you can.
And chases does Rivera on the breaking ball. 5 strikeouts now for Matt Cain. America's New Sports Network is the place to turn every slam, every goal, every game with America's pregame only on Fox Sports 1 and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. Tune in. America's pregame weekdays at 3 Pacific only on Fox Sports 1. To find Fox Sports 1 on your cable satellite provider, go to foxsports1.com. Tyson Ross rolled to second base his first time. Well, this is almost a deja vu. Yesterday, a 1-0 game into the late innings. Push bunt, that'll kick foul. Ross trying to work his way on with a surprise bunt.
Now the old to the new. Mark Sweeney's familiar with that logo and that jersey.
Yeah, I walked by that guy tonight, and it's a Caminetti jersey, which I absolutely loved. I said, hey, I love that jersey. I miss Ken Caminetti, as we all do. What a great teammate.
Yes, he was.
One and two. Yeah, the Padres, fortunate perhaps in the rotation for the Giants in that Madison Bumgarner will not pitch in the series. And some might argue that with all the talent, including the man on the mound, Matt Cain, and Tim Lincecum, and the veteran Tim Hudson, Bumgarner is the toughest of the lot.
A lot of breaking stuff to Tyson Ross from Matt Cain. He's not just throwing the fastball, he's mixing it up.
There's the fastball and another strikeout, and Cain has fanned 3 in a row, 6 in the game. Well, tomorrow night's the big night for you. Baseball night in San Diego, and the Giants providing the opposition a 5:40 game, and all fans will take home a replica alternate jersey. Jed Jerko's number 9 and a pet bandana presented by Petco. Now that's the power of together.
It's really nice, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nice material, high quality. Why don't you get your tickets today and join us tomorrow night here at Petco Park? Jed Jerko Jersey Night. I've got some special requests. Saying, come on, let's. Yeah, that's very nice.
Put that away in the the extra large bin, if you would, Mr. Enberg.
Thank you. Yes, please.
Thank you.
2-0 to Cabrera, who has flied out twice.
You know what I loved about working retail? Got drafted, lived with mom and dad, went back home, working retail. I used to wear, you remember the measuring tape?
Yeah.
Around the neck, old school.
Oh, I could see you with that showing off. Huh?
How can we dress you up today, sir? What are you looking for? What are you, about a 44 regular? Come with me.
42 long, actually.
I loved it.
2-1 to Cabrera, looking for a base hit, make that hitting streak grow to 10 straight.
Change up
2-2.
Oh, you talk about cuteness.
Where's my foul ball, Dad? He said I'd get a souvenir. Sign him up. Kane strikes out the side. Rivera, Ross, and now Cabrera. After 5, it's still 1-0 Padres. Brought to you by Saquon Casino. Real friendly, real close. By Jack in the Box. Head to Jack in the Box and try that new Jack's Blazing Chicken Sandwich. And by the Aramco Group. Purchase, refinance, reverse. Visit us at aramco.biz. Gaslamp District will be bustling tonight after the action between the Giants and Padres as we go to the 6th inning. 1-0 San Diego on an unearned run in the first inning. A triple Denorfia and a pass ball. Sanchez got Denorfia home. Each pitcher with 7 strikeouts. Pagan's got 2 of the 3 hits. Wild wave, and it's 1-1.
You know, the great thing about baseball is that you meet different people with different personalities, and just because the coaches are out there on the field doesn't mean that they don't like to wear their spikes. A lot of guys wear turf shoes. Tim Flannery, the third base coach for the San Francisco Giants.
Watch out.
Hey, he's wearing the nails. He wears the spikes, Mark Sweeney.
Yeah, and I love it.
What do you got on that?
Well, we love Tim Flannery. He's always a Padre, even though he's in a different uniform. But he has so much passion for the game. He talked about his right knee. He had surgery this offseason, so he doesn't wear them as much. But he loves wearing the cleats. It just gives him that feeling of being in the game still. But we love the Flan man.
Boy, he did a great job, Timmy did, at the memorial service here at Petco Park to honor the great late Jerry Coleman. Went up on stage, sang a song.
That was a very moving performance.
Yes, it was.
Song dedicated to Jerry Coleman. 2-2. Back to the mound, and Ross snares that one. And they finally get Pagan. brings up Gregor Blanco.
That's the big 6'6" right-hander feeling his position. Watch his follow through a little bit, and he just has to reach up with that wingspan and across his body, preventing that ball from going up the center of the diamond and making it look easy.
Blanco is flying to left, grounded to first. In there.
You know what, Dick and Mark Sweeney, Tyson Ross changing speeds on that two-seam fastball as well. That was 92. He's gotten it up to 95.
Watch out, lace to left.
Well, you know this, Mark, the influence that Andrew Kasher has had on this staff, and also Tyson Ross. They've built a good relationship. He watches him. He understands what he's trying to do, adding and subtracting with that fastball, and also having that two-pitch breaking ball and changeup. That is devastating to a lineup.
Chop to third. Amarista ranging in front of Cabrera and gets him by a half stride. Good play by Alexi.
It seems like if Alexi can get to it with the leather, he's going to make the play. Going to his left, he's got his momentum. After catching that ball, it's easier for him to get that momentum towards first base. Shortstop actually coming towards the foul line. And then Cabrera would have to kind of reroute, throw across his body a little bit. A nice play by Alexi.
8 in a row now retired by Tyson Ross since the infield hit by Belt back in the 4th. Here's Belt again. And he hits it right at Jerko. And Jerko's flipped to first in plenty of time. A quick and easy 1-2-3 inning for Tyson Ross. Denorfia will lead off the bottom half of the frame. In the first inning, separating this masterful duel between Matt Cain and Tyson Ross, each with 72 tosses. Ross with an extra inning, though, for his 72, as Cain goes to work. Bottom of the 6th inning, Denorfia 2 for 2, a triple and an infield hit to deep short. Takes high, ball 1. 3 hits for the Padres, 2 by Denorfia, triple and an infield hit, the other single Rivera. 3 hits for the Giants, 2 by Pagan, 1 by Belt. Strike, 1-1.
Well, guys, these are situations that Chris Denorfia watches the game, takes in different notes, but he could probably sit on a breaking ball here. Matt Cain's been throwing a lot of them.
A lot of breaking balls, even in the pitcher Tyson Ross. Change up there.
1-2. Cain has struck out the last 3 hitters, has 7 total. Flash foul down the right field side. Another changeup.
Well, Matt Cain has flipped up the curveball. That is the changeup. He's thrown Chris Denorfia a few changeups this at bat. And Chris out in front of it just a little bit, catching it to stay alive.
Line drive caught by Crawford, but hit well again by Denorfia. Denied, couldn't quite get it away from the glove of the shortstop Crawford.
Well, we've got ourselves a good old-fashioned pitcher's duel. We talked about the off-speed stuff for Matt Cain, the curveballs, the changeups. Well, guess what? Tyson Ross, whether it's earned or unearned, he leads 1-0 here. The Padres got their first run in the first inning. These guys hooking horns, pitch for pitch. I love it.
Seth Smith has grounded out and struck out. Ooh, pretty good pitch, wasn't it?
Tried the backdoor slider, didn't get the call.
Pops him up. Back of the plate. Sanchez to the screen. And it's going to fall back about 8 rows. When Cain pitched the perfect game a couple of years ago, one of the many honors, along with having a day named after him, was to go to New York for the David Letterman show. He got to read the top 10.
Yeah, that's quite an honor.
For David Letterman, the top 10 was what do you do after you pitch something perfect game. Out of play. I won't read all 10, but number 10 was throw a perfect game with my other arm. And number 2 was throw a hole in one. And number 1 was win the contest to replace Regis Philbin.
Dave's always ribbing Regis Philbin.
Ball 2 strikes to Smith. Outside.
Well, Bruce Bochy's incorporating the shift. 1, 2, 3 on the right side.
Look how far Sandoval is off the line at third.
Yep.
Just you could bunt the ball that way for a hit. And he hits right into the shift. Shortstop Crawford on the second base side to make the play. 2 away. Well, here's the offense tonight. Chris Denorfia hammers that ball up the gap in right center and gallops all the way to third. And then makes that nosedive into third for triple with 1 out. Jerko on a 3-2 pitch all the way to the screen. And on the pass ball, Denorfia has scored the only run of the game.
Tyson Ross doing his homework. We saw that last start in between innings, going over the lineup, just a little refresher course.
Jerko has walked and flied to center. Well, especially after what happened last night, Padre fans a little nervous about a 1-0 lead because Ian Kennedy couldn't have been better, as he had that one hitter and no hitter through 5 innings and then allowed a hit in the 6th. Padres gave him only the 1 run, and then the 3 scored by Colorado in the 7th inning, and even that was tainted a bit. The bloop double. Denorfia misplayed a line drive to right field. Had he caught that ball, could have gone on to a 1-0 win, but he didn't, and the Rockies rolled a 3 for a 3-1 win. And Kennedy said, man, I pitched as well as I can. I can't win. Swing and a miss. Jerko, weak wave at that one, and that strikeout 8 for Matt Cain. We've completed 6. It's still 1-0.
a look at our keys to the game, they're worth revisiting. As we mentioned earlier, the magic number 3. Well, the Padres have scored 1 tonight. That was in their bottom half. An errorless baseball. No miscues for the San Diego 9 up to this point.
And Tyson Ross, following up his impressive 5-1 win against Detroit on Sunday, working even better tonight with 7 strikeouts and no walks. Sandoval leads it off here in the top of the 7th. He's popped up to short and fly to left. That ball shot to right field for a base hit. Denorfia thought about wheeling and throwing to first, but Sandoval was hustling up the line. 4th hit for the Giants. Leadoff man on. 7th inning was the problem child yesterday for Ian Kennedy.
Well, we mentioned that Pablo Sandoval loves to swing the bat no matter what. Up by the bill of the cap, down by the shoe tops. That one above the shoe tops. Now Hunter Pence, we know this. You don't have to throw Hunter Pence a strike either. So maybe something off the plate here, induce a ground ball and get 2 for Tyson Ross.
Ball 1 on the slider.
He has grounded into 2 double plays. A lot of Giants tied with Chu in that category.
You've got to get the perfect double play ball, though, to double him up. He runs much too well. He's out on a hard ground ball to third and a strikeout tonight. Weak wave at that one.
Almost looked like he took a little bit off of that slider right there at 82. Still good depth to it. Still good tilt out of the hand. You see the rotation. Front side opening up. Straightening him up on that slider on the outside part of the plate.
Pence on a lot of his swings almost comes to the right knee on the follow through.
Again.
I know what you're going to say. Go out there again.
Absolutely. Why not, right?
Ball 2 strikes. Is there any big man that chokes more than Hunter Pence? Chokes the bat.
Right.
I'm not implying that. No, he's a gamer.
I think that Tyson Ross heard you, because he did go farther away off the plate on that last pitch. You tell by our Fox tracks, our friends at Southland Technology, showing you that keeping the slider down and away from Hunter Pence.
Over but low. Full count.
Looks like the idea right there for Tyson, the last pitch, it was a 2-seamer. He wanted to start it off the plate and then bring it back for the called strike, but didn't get it to that location.
This is just his 80th pitch of the game.
Slider, 3-2.
So Rivera saying, come on now, let's get it in there. Oh, he doesn't. Ball 4. So the Giants, 2 men on with no one out, a single and a walk. First walk allowed by Tyson Ross today.
Well, this point in the game, even though Tyson Ross has got 80 pitches, it's the 3rd time around against the Giants. You might see some movement in that bullpen for the Padres. And Alexi Amarista going over the bunt defense. If in fact Sanchez is going to try to drop one down and move those runners up. And as said, movement in that Padre bullpen.
Yep. No one throwing yet, but some jackets being peeled off. Sanchez has struck out twice.
And this is the situation where you want to bunt towards the 3rd base line to bring in the 3rd baseman Amarista.
He's swinging. Ball 1.
Another Bruce Bochy doesn't like to give up outs. You know, if it's the pitcher up, might be a different situation. But now that he's not, he didn't show bunt the first time, the first offering. Darren Balsley's going to go out and have a chat with him, maybe change the game plan here. Or Maybe go over and say, hey, he took the first pitch for a ball. Let's throw him a slider. Even though you're behind in the count, throw him an off-speed pitch as Nick Vincent heats up. I smell a double play, actually.
Yeah, he's a good candidate if he's swinging.
Yeah.
Not much speed. Tying run, Sandoval at second. Hunter Pence at first with a walk. Ball 2.
See, now Hector Sanchez can just start eliminating some pitches, right? Maybe look for a number 1. But that doesn't mean Tyson Ross can't counter with a good two-seamer down in the zone. Try to get a grounder.
Back to the mound, to second. There's one. Back to first. A double play. Cabrera takes care of business. 6-3 on the double play. Oh, fortunate that Ross didn't field the ball. It was much easier turning the 2 with Cabrera handling things.
And how about this? Behind in the count, he threw a slider. And with the way the infield was shifted, Cabrera says, you know what, I'll just take it myself. That is huge for Tyson Ross. Nicely done, young man. And it looks like Alonso may have picked that one over at first base. 2 for the price of 1.
Brandon Crawford then with a runner at third and 2 outs. Crawford is grounded to second and struck out swinging. Out of play.
Four hits for the Gigantes, top of the order, 1 through 4. Bottom of the lineup, Bagels.
One and one. The attendance tonight, 34,839. That boosts the season attendance well over 300,000 for the young season. Line drive at Cabrera. Oh, you got to hit and good luck too if you're Tyson Ross. An atom ball right at the shortstop plus the double play. Oh my. of the game. How about a double play? First and second, no one out. 6-3 double play. Cabrera to Alonso takes care of Sanchez. And then Crawford. Well, here's the second look at that double play. And then Brandon Crawford hits it right on the button, but Cabrera's glove in the way, and the inning is over. And the Giants are 0 for 9 tonight, runners in scoring position.
You know, a couple of factors there. It was a 2-0 slider to Hector Sanchez to induce the ground ball for the double play.
Meanwhile, the Padres having trouble making any contact with Matt Cain, who has retired 11 in a row, striking out 8. Other than Denorfia in the first inning with a triple, no one else in scoring position the rest of the game. Venable checks his swing, doesn't go. He's flied to center and struck out tonight.
Well, for the Padres, fewer hits than the Giants, only 3, right? But hey, the bottom line is that R column.
There's a hit that's going to drop in front of Pence. No, it isn't. Well, for a moment I thought Adriazzo was going to get out and make the catch, but Venable able to knuckle one just over the reach of the second baseman for the 4th hit of the game. The leadoff man is on.
No, getting the elevated pitch. It sounded like that on the belt buckle. It sounded like Will Venable. In fact, yes, he cracks that bat. He will gladly sacrifice that shillelagh for a base knock.
Alonso then, he struck out and grounded to second. Everyone in the lineup has struck out except Denorfia. Total of 8 for Cain. Strike 1.
Hey, pretty much straight away in the outfield for Yonder Alonso. Middle infielders playing at double play depth. Crawford and Adrianza.
Big hole in right center field. Cain's throw pulls Belt off the bag. Center fielder Pagan a couple of steps into left center, and Pence playing straight away and right.
There's that gap you're talking about, Dick.
The way Venable runs, it went out near that 396 sign, and Venable could come all the way around to score.
Well, Cain thinking that something might be on.
Surprisingly, Venable, who had 22 steals last year, has not stolen a base thus far.
I'd see a hit and run situation here.
Time, no pitch. And this game is a microcosm of Cain's career against the Padres. He's 7-11 against San Diego, and yet his ERA 3.15. As we told you earlier, if you give him 3 runs against any of the teams, he's 80-10. But he doesn't get much support.
You know what that is?
It's a hang with him.
It's a big league hang with him.
Big league.
You know why? Because nobody said this game was going to be easy.
It sure isn't.
Right?
It's a game of failure. And in all the complimentary ways.
I remember one time, it must have been, it was Randy Johnson when he was with the Diamondbacks. He had like a 5-game stretch to where it was ridiculous. He maybe got 2 runs of support, right? And he was pitching lights out. And he had nothing to show for it. Hey, nobody said it was going to be easy, right?
Oh, what a play by Belt on that one hopper. And they turned that into a 3-6-3 double play. Now there's tough luck hitting, just as Brandon Crawford lined out to Cabrera. Alonso hits it sharply, but right to Belt, who makes a quick scoop. And the rest is pretty simple. 3, 6, and 3.
And that's the advantage of being a left-handed first baseman. You catch this ball right, you don't have to turn your body. Your front shoulder's already aimed towards second base. Brandon Crawford, hop, skip, and a jump. And for Yonder Alonso, nothing he could do there. He had a good swing on it, hit on the sweet spot.
You know what that is?
That's a big league hang with him. It is.
Right, you are. Alexi Amarista A ground out and a strikeout tonight. 93 pitches for Matt Cain. He goes over the 100 mark with ease. That one's tails outside. Cain is due to hit second in the top of the 8th inning, so this could be his last inning. Pinch hitter, presumably for him. It's lifted high toward the third base box seat, so watch out, Panda. Try almost impaled himself there. Just out of his reach.
He didn't give a flash look. He just went going there, and that railing there is below the belt, right? So when you've got that momentum going, it's like, you know, thigh high. That's what's going to happen. Hangs on with his right arm to try to brace himself.
The old college try.
Yeah, luckily, you know, that's not a deep well in that area, right? So didn't have a long way to travel after going over that wall.
Romanian judge took 2 points off, though, on the landing.
Bad landing?
Yeah.
Well, be aware of pandas leaving the field of play.
2 outs, bases empty thanks to the double play. And 2 balls, 2 strikes to Amarista.
Hey, another battle here for Amarista. What have we seen? Battle, big hit. Right?
And he's worked it full. And pushing Cain's pitch count to 98. And ball 4. A rare walk from Cain. That's only his second. The other was way back in the first inning to Jerko.
Oh, what a great at-bat. Plate appearance, I should say. Plate appearance for Amarista. No at-bat charge on the walk. Worked it to 3-2. And you know what? After the double play ball, that's the way to extend the inning, right? You get Cain into the stretch again, and hopefully Rene Rivera can extend the inning even longer.
Rivera grounded a single to center and took a third strikeout, a swinging strikeout in the 5th. Amarista with 3 steals. Bottom of the 7th, 2 out, and Amarista with a walk. On the fastball, up with movement. I'm guessing Amarista, if the count goes on, a couple more pitches, is going to try to steal.
I think so too, and I think that's why Cain's kind of giving a look-see over there, holding for different counts.
Worth a try, even though you have the pitcher due next. High strike. 0-2. Tyson Ross is in the on-deck circle. A ball, 2 strikes to Rene Rivera, who has one of the 4 Padre hits tonight. Venable with a single, and Denorfia single and a triple, and the 1-run score. Runner goes, foul back. You could see as Amarista made a slide and popped up, he little grimace there saying, he got such a good break too.
Yeah, that's a straight steal because there are 2 strikes. Buddy Black's not going to put the hit and run on. You don't want to do that to the hitter. So it was a good enough pitch to hack at. It was elevated fastball, just couldn't get on top of it.
That ball hit high in the air, and it's hit well. Blanco has gone to the wall and makes the catch. Well, that's how you play it. You get to the wall first, and then you can come back a step. Well, Rivera almost tagged one out of here. It remains 1-0.
Right now over the Giants, top of the 8th inning. We're working on the post-game show brought to you by Cox Communications. And Tyson Ross has really been able to, what we said in the pregame, put 2 starts back-to-back.
Yeah, the consistency factor in this year in a different way tonight. Good changeups, also the 2-seamer to the left-handed hitters. He's looking dominant tonight. If you take a look at the 2-seamer, especially against Hector Sanchez, he bails on this because he's looking for that slider that he's tried to put him away. He went a different direction with a 2-seamer.
So the Padres scratch out 1 run. Hopefully this will hold. Still 6 more outs and maybe not even need them. Just use all 3 and that's it. And then we'll see you in the post-game show. But when we do catch you then, you'll hear from Buddy Black and Mark's spotlight on Brandon Belt. He's been kept quiet to this point. We'll hopefully keep him that way for the duration of the game. We'll see you guys after the final out tonight.
Another exciting lineup ready for you fans on Padres Live, Emmy Award-winning post-game show. Well, the Padres are 5-0 this year when they lead after 7 innings. Tyson Ross out there to try to get the final 6 outs, and one would think with 86 pitches he'll be out there as long as he records outs. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball. Michael Morse, the pinch hitter, was with the Washington Nationals and gave the Padres trouble in D.C., and he's off to a good start as a Giant. 306 with 2 home runs. Grounds it to short. Cabrera right there, straightens and throws him out. 1 away. As promised earlier in the game, we have the AT&T fan photo of the game. Tweet your photo to hashtag SDFanPhoto for a chance to be shown in an upcoming telecast brought to you by AT&T, and thanks to Alfredo. Looks like opening day ceremonies with a big U.S. flag.
Beautiful.
Well, you hear the reaction in the background. Buster Posey introduced, hitting for Matt Cain. Strike 1. Boy, Again, Kane with a terrific performance, 1 unearned run. And to this point, the Giants unable to support him. One and one, 2 and 1.
I think a big key here, if you want to keep a track of Tyson Ross, as there's action in the Giant bullpen. Casilla, Gutierrez, 2 righties due up for Bruce Bochy. Trying to keep the ball away, down and away to Buster Posey.
Out of play. Joaquin Benoit ready if needed. Struck him out. Oh, he served him up a wicked slider.
You know, when you have Buster Posey swing at a pitch like that, that means it's a darn good slider. Out of the hand, the rotation, all upper body, all wrists. Oh, I'd love to see that. Good for Tyson Ross. That's a big league pitch right there.
8 strikeouts.
Grab some pine.
Top of the order, Angel Pagan. Pagan, 2 of the 4 hits. Doubled to lead off the game, singled and stole a base in the 3rd. Ball 1.
2-seam fastball, a lot of movement. See Matt Cain, I just think he said drop straight down. He motioned slider out of the hand of Tyson Ross, and he said straight down, talking to Hunter Pence.
2-0. Well, Matt Cain's night through 7 innings, 1 run unearned, 4 hits, 2 walks, and 8 strikeouts. It's been quite a duel. And Tyson Ross with that unearned run trying to win it for the Padres. But he falls behind Pagan 3-0. He's only walked the 1 man tonight. Long look, Pagan at Flannery to see if he's green lighted here. 3-0. Takes a strike. Three and 1. Fouled at the plate.
How about that? A 3-1 slider. As looks like Houston Street going through his routine, doing some lunges out there.
Looks like a dolphin. Full count. Angel Pagan. Foul back.
Hey, get ready for the first of 3 Padres Beer Fests Friday, May 2nd, when your Padres start a 3-game series against the D-backs. First pitch, 7:10. First pour at 5. So it's before the game. Don't wait. Get your ticket. You get 4 Friar funds plus a Beer Fest t-shirt for as low as $40. Go to Padres.com/beerfest today. Cocktails.
That's how the month of May starts for the Padres. Homestand with Arizona 3, Kansas City 3, and Miami 4 games. 100th pitch coming up. Russ trying to deliver a beauty.
See Rene Rivera with the fist pump.
Got him. There's the slider. Strike 3 and 9 strikeouts for Ross, and he gets a standing ovation coming back to the Padre dugout. What a pitching performance by Tyson Ross. 8 shutout innings. brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Find Southwest Airlines fares online only at southwest.com. By Petco, where the healthy pets go. And by your San Diego Lexus dealer. Bright lights of downtown San Diego, Gaslamp District. Andrew Kashner congratulating Tyson Ross on a brilliant night. Apparently 8 innings will be it for Ross, and 8 beauties they were. 4 hit pitching and 9 strikeouts for Ross as we go to the bullpen for the Giants and Juan Gutierrez.
And this pitching change is brought to you by Drew Ford. Juan Gutierrez, a 2 ERA. He's tossed 7 scoreless innings with 9 strikeouts since allowing a couple of runs in his first appearance. So his job here is to put up a 0. Hopefully the Padres can add on. And the new second baseman, Joaquin Arias, will be patrolling second base for the Giants.
And for the Padres, Yasmani Grandal will pinch hit for Tyson Ross. So they're going to leave it up to Houston Street to close the deal. Over 100 pitches for Ross, or right at 100. Masterful performance. That's
yes,
2
sir.
in a row for Ross.
Yep.
Grandal tried to get some insurance here in the bottom of the 8th inning against Gutierrez. These 2 bullpens are the 2 best in the major leagues in ERA. Giants #1 and the Padres #2. Giants 1.63 ERA. Bullpen 1-1. Just 2 runs and 7 hits in 9 innings from Gutierrez. Yasmani looking for his first long ball. Two and 1.
Hey, Padres need to take out a policy this inning, right? Some insurance. Another toothpick up there on the scoreboard wouldn't be bad. A crooked number even better here in the bottom half of the 8th.
After Grandal, top of the order, Cabrera and Denorfia. That ball is hit well to right field. Back goes Pence. Grandal will touch them all. There's the insurance run as Grandal circles the bases for the first time this year. Another pinch home run for the Padres. That's the 5th of this season. 2-0 San Diego.
Cuidado! Piso Mojado! Boy, that ball was crushed. 2-1 fastball. How you doing, Yasmani?
Quadrangular.
Oh.
Cabrera sends a high fly ball to left field. Blanco giving some ground. And apparently Cabrera's hitting streak will end at 9 as he goes 0 for 4 tonight.
Wow, that's got to be a great feeling. Two-seam fastball. We talk about missed locations. You see where that missed? Middle end. I mean, right in the wheelhouse for Yasmani. Sanchez was set up down and away.
Denorfia chops it to short, charged by Crawford for the second out.
See, Dick, that's why I mentioned a lot of times in a close game late. That's why pitchers try to keep the ball away, because you want to give them the opposite field. You don't want to have anything leak on the middle end so they can jerk it out of the ballpark. That's exactly what Yasmani did. That was a mistake, and he crushed it.
Houston Street then will be in top of the 9th inning. Seth Smith wearing the collar tonight. Ground out, strikeout, and a ground ball to short. They measure Grandal's home run at 391 feet. Long enough. Giants, as we told you, been involved in 7 consecutive one-run games, winning 5, losing 4. The insurance run gives the Padres a 2-0 lead.
That's a good two-seam fastball by Gutierrez on the inside part of the plate.
Left center field. Good range for Pagan. He chases it down in the gap. And the Padres are out in the bottom of the 8th inning. But they get that extra run. How big will that be? Grandal knew it. First home run of the season, and the Padres lead 2-0. Time for the Carl's Jr. star of the game, and a sparkling star hanging out for Tyson Ross. 8 innings, a shutout ball, 4 hits, 1 walk, and 9 strikeouts. A dominating performance by the 26-year-old from Oakland, California, and Cal Berkeley. Boy, I tell you, this homestand again underlining the fact that the Padres with Andrew Kashner and Tyson Ross have quite a 1-2 pitching punch.
2 power arms in the rotation for Bud Black and the Padres. Tyson Ross was locked in tonight. 2 times in a row he's gone out there and dealt.
Well, Street seeks his 6th save. He's 5 for 5 in opportunities this year. There are his numbers.
Pinpoint control, that's what it's all about for Houston Street. And as Dick mentioned, last save was against the Colorado Rockies, an inning, a hit. Going for number 6.
Blanco, Belt, and Sandoval scheduled for the Giants. Blanco 0 for 3, a fly out and a couple of ground ball outs. Jumps in front with a strike.
Be sure to stay tuned after this one, folks, for Padres Live, the post-game show with Mike Pomerantz and Mark Sweeney, breaking everything down, giving you the action of this game and other games in Major League Baseball. Padres Live right after this one.
Blanco's had some success against Street, a single and a double. Grandal with a home run. Watching the action from the rail there in the dugout of the Padres. 2 strikes to count to Blanco.
Now the last 3 for Houston Street, 3 innings. Couple of hits, no earned runs, no walks.
4 strikeouts. 3 straight left-handed hitters for Street. Low changeup.
Left-handers only hitting $125, 1 for 8 against Houston Street. Righties 143, 2 for 14.
Two and two.
Keeping it away, right? Give them left field. The way the outfield is being played right now, they're playing him to go the other way. Bing, bang, boom.
Blanco with only 2 hits and 19 at-bats this year. Sends that one well out of play, upper deck. You know, our marketing department, Fox Sports San Diego, had to go after Kentucky Fried Chicken. Every time he comes in, finger licking is Houston Street. That's part of his routine. Bet we could get some commercial money out of those people, huh? KFC. 2 and 2. Another foul.
Ooh, that one kind of leaked right there. Pitch number 6. Southland Technologies saying, "Oh, come on now," and Houston knows that too. He'll throw a pitch. If it's, he'll get away with it, right? But still, he'll be mad at himself because he knows that he didn't put it where he really wanted it.
No, he is so precise, and his control is his strength. No pitch, no pitch.
Throw it to the backstop.
So Street glare at Blanco and the umpire. He thought he'd already started his motion.
Time to regroup.
2-0 Padres here in the top of the 9th. Blanco leading it off for the Giants. And the count is full. Well off the plate. You got the Giants' top home run hitter, Brandon Belt, on deck with 5.
Turned over the changeup, and Rene Rivera tried his best to try to frame it, but it was off the plate.
Another foul. Blanco making it tough on Street. That's 8 pitches in this at bat. Strike 3 called at the knees. That's a pitcher's pitch, and umpire Wendelstedt calls Blanco out on strikes.
Pinpoint control. Fastball. Knee high, outside corner. You betcha. Big first out for Houston Street and the Padres.
And Rivera helping out umpire Wendelstedt as he caught the ball, bringing it up into the strike zone. It caught the bottom of the strike zone. It went out to Brandon Belt. Infield hit in 3 trips. Well, he has an uppercut swing, doesn't he? Pablo Sandoval on deck. Strike 2. You got a call there. Ooh. That was a little off the plate.
What are you talking about? That's a strike.
I guess my vision's going up. Maybe it's just that Fox Sports kind of moved a little bit. The Fox track. 2 strikes to Belt. Ooh, Rivera trying to influence umpire Wendelstedt, raised up as if he's going to throw the ball around the infield to celebrate strike 3.
Slider. Back door.
Lifted in the air to right field. It's deep. Denorfia into the corner, and it's gone. Number 6 for Brandon Belt. And the Padre lead carved to 2-1. And how big was that pinch homer of Grandal now? Giants fans here finally get something to cheer.
Well, he had him in the hole. 1-2. It was a slider. He just didn't get it out there. It leaked down and in. Almost like the fastball to Yasmani Grandal out of the hand of Gutierrez, right? He wanted it away. It leaked in. Yasmani turned on it. Oh, great effort. To see Chris Denorfia scaling the wall onto the jack track.
Just about 8 feet over that wall for the home run. Now Sandoval. Ball 1. With Hunter Pence, another home run threat on deck. Ball 2. .360 feet on the home run. Didn't hit it far, but long enough. High fastball. 2-1.
You know, one of the reasons why Houston Street has been so successful in his career, he's been in this situation many times. He's been around the block before. It's all about erasing it from the hard drive and getting the next hitter out.
Foul back. Count levels at 2-2.
And we've talked about it many times. If you're a closer, the good ones that have been around 10 years, 15 years, they can do just that. They don't let it affect them. What's happened has happened. I need to bounce back and make some good pitches. Fastball away.
And another foul and a good cut. Amazing string of one-run contests for Bruce Bochy. He's had putting a little gray in that beard. 7 in a row though for Bochy. And here we are in another 2-1 game. 2-2 pitch. Outside, 3-2. Well, umpire Wendelstedt getting a lot of help from the fans here tonight from both sides. 34,839.
This is a fastball clearly off the plate, a four-seamer.
Struck him out. Changeup got Sandoval.
What a gutsy pitch from Houston Street. After throwing a fastball away, he pulls the string way out in front of it. Oh, you can see him turn that over. Great arm speed, and Tyson Ross likes it.
And
now that's bouncing back, isn't it, Dick?
It really is. That's a tough three. That's why you have a. That's why you're the closer.
Yep.
You got the guts. You got the guile. Here's Pence. Pence has only one home run this year, but clubbed 27 a season ago.
Hey, that's doubles defense in the outfield right there. You notice that? Up against the wall. The only thing, they don't want anything over their head.
Pence has walked, struck out, and grounded sharply to third. Ball 2. Sandoval, he fell behind 2-0. Now 2-0 to Pence.
Bud Black positioning the infielders there.
Hector Sanchez, the catcher, is on deck. Let's go Padres. Swing, 2-1. Slider.
You know, Houston straight out in the bullpen. That's a slider out of the hand. He's been watching this game. He saw Tyson Ross throw sliders to Hunter Pence.
2-1. Strike two. Just nibbled the outside paint. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, top of the ninth, 2-1 Padres. Pence able to spoil that one. Look how beautifully placed it was.
Yep.
Outside corner at the knees. Slider.
Hey, a lot of pitches this inning for Houston Street, 25. But like you said, Dick, that last pitch was a beauty. Even though he fouled it off, that's exactly where he wanted to throw it.
Too low. 3-2.
There was a 2-2 slider that missed to run the count full to 3-2. Let's see what Rene puts down. Slider.
Ball 4. The tying run is on, and Pence can run. Bruce Bochy has only one other position player available, Brandon Hicks, infielder. Sanchez has had a rough night, 2 strikeouts, and he hit into a double play. But he's got power. We'll see if Pence tries to steal second. Ball 1. And the pitch count has to be of some concern. Street normally doesn't get up to this total in an inning of work. 28. With that runner on first base, Alonso anchored to the bag. That opens up a hole on the right side for Sanchez. Outfield remaining at double prevent depth. They were in maybe a step or two, but still well back at all 3 positions. There he goes. Swung on the miss. Throw to second. Trickles away, and Pence has himself in scoring position. That's the 3rd stolen base of the night for the Giants.
Well, a decent jump. High fastball, a good pitch for Rivera to throw down. The pitch was elevated, but the short hop, and who knows what would have happened if it would have been a clean throw. Well, Houston Street's got to concentrate on getting Sanchez right here.
4th steal for Pence. A ball, a strike. Hector Sanchez, game on the line. Ripped into right field, foul.
Strike 2.
A ball and 2 strikes. Tyson Ross, pitcher of record. Hadn't won at Petco till Sunday when he beat the Tigers 5-1. He leaves the game after 8 shutout innings tonight. One and 2. Sanchez struck him out, and the Padres win a thriller. 2-1. Street strikes out the side, gave up the home run to Belt, but locks up the win, his 6th save of the year. What a ball game.
Went with the high fastball, 4-seamer. Tough to lay off for Sanchez. And good for Tyson Ross.
So the Padres win it 2-1, Mike Pomerantz. That was a dandy.
Tell you what, you can't ask for a better